If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today, September 24, 2020. And today is Thursday morning. So looking once again at the highlights of the day, it's happening again. The markets are tumbling once again. But first, let's take a look at the economic events of the day. So got two major events coming out of the United States. Starting out at 4 o'clock South African time, we have Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking in front of Congress. That's a testimony that he is making throughout the week. Now, at the same time, we have Treasury Secretary Mnuchin will be speaking to the public, possibly about stimulus packages, possibly about the state of the economy in the United States. And everybody's eye is on this. So just be aware that these two items are coming out later today. But looking at the markets, lots happening with the dollar as it continues to gain versus the major pairs, while the equity markets, the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones, both tumble. And looking at the commodities, gold continues to slide further down to 1855. We're hitting a multi-year previous resistance, subsequent support. So this is really an important juncture that we are in right now. And lastly, looking at the stocks, it's the old school stocks that brought us down. Alcoa trading at $11.50. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So the leader of the pack here is the Euro USD as it tumbled down. If we're looking here at a daily chart, you could see we're at this 116.55 total nosedive here, not really holding this 1722-ish yesterday and then just falling apart another 50 pips. Now, this is not a major retracement, but what's important here is that we're having the ABC move, which is Monday we sold off, Tuesday we sold off, and Wednesday was sold off. So when we get to the third day, that's usually a time when the markets kind of have done their course and now are subject to getting some sort of a bounce. So that's what I would be looking for later today. And what is solidifying my current hypothesis is because right now, look at what happened with the price of the GBP, okay? Really reluctant to break this down from 126.94. And you see we're perking up here above that 127-ish level. So this could be a point of consolidation for the USD as it's been broken down. Now, looking at the Rand, really getting weaker here all the way up to 17. We haven't been in this area since we strengthened ourselves below the 1641. But you could see how fickle the currency is when it comes to the dollar, okay, versus the Rand, as the Rand just tumbled only one and almost a point, okay, from the time that it got stronger, okay, or seemingly looked like it was getting stronger. Now, jumping into gold, all right, now this, you can't really see this, but let's look at a 4-hour chart. We've breached that 50 level, 1,880-ish level. We did breach it. Okay, now we're next to that level, 1855. Now, to give us a perspective of this, we do need to look at a monthly chart. That's what I had up before. If we look at that, in 2010, 2011, we had this resistance-ish level right there. Now, we're right there right now, okay, actually testing it. So what was previous resistance and subsequent supports, I do expect this to pick up at this 1855 and bounce as well, okay? So if there was a point where I'd be looking to actually ease into a position in gold, this would be it. Now, remember, gold is a safe haven, right? It's usually a symbol that we go to anytime that the markets kind of sell off, okay, and they kind of gotten beat up, all right? So with that said, I do expect gold to continue rallying into the end of the year. Now, there have been some people that have been saying that gold's going to hit somewhere in the 3,000 range towards the end of the year. Still has to prove itself, okay, because after this massive sell-off from that 2,072-ish level, okay, down to 1855, that's a decent of enough retracement. It's about a 50% retracement from our rallying point, okay, of 1,740. So consider that as a halfway point as a retracement, and that's normal to retrace at these levels. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, look at this, breaking it apart, okay? Beautiful setup this week. Hit that 28,000 earlier last week, okay? And then couldn't sustain it, broke down. It broke down support at 27,300, okay? It bounced back to 27,300 and used it as resistance, and now it's breaking it down again. All right, so we do have a minor support right now at 26,000 360-ish level. Okay, but if we do continue selling off, we could definitely go back down to the 26,900-ish level, and that would give us a 2,800 point retracement from our high of 29,000 at the beginning of the month of September, right before we had the Memorial Weekend holiday. Okay, so Labor Day holiday that we had on the beginning of the month. So with that said, the market has really recoiled tremendously, 3,000 points, and that's natural. Remember, we're still in the pandemic, and it looks like we're all getting hit, okay, globally with this massive second wave. Europe's getting hit with it, the United States getting hit with it, South Africa's getting hit with it, Asia's getting hit with it. So, going into the winter months, which is right now in the Northern Hemisphere, it looks a little bit ominous. Okay, so really have to take a look at that. Now, looking at the stocks, Facebook breaking down to 246 and is at support. I would look for a possible bounce today. Microsoft, same story, looking for a positive bounce as it's hitting the 200 level. Now, jumping into the old school stocks, the Alcoas falling down to $11.50 after it breached that breakdown. Okay, we had that support at 1364, and then we broke it, and then we had a gap down and a go, and now we're really hitting at 1153. So again, I do expect this to bounce. Okay, I'm hoping that today would be a bounce day. Okay, just because if it does continue to sell off, we could definitely see it being a bloodbath. I don't think that's going to be the case, because I do anticipate a lot of different waves in the next couple of weeks going into the end of this month and going into November when we do get elections. Lastly, looking at the VIX, okay, this is where you gauge the market volatility. Okay, trading at 29 right now. You see that spike yesterday, but you see it's a go and stop. It's a go and stop. It's not really rallying, it's not really trending upwards, right? This is a trending upward situation. This is not. This is just, it trading within a range, okay? But if it does break above 30, we could see a massive sell-off continue. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, this did not sell so much. Bitcoin did not sell so much going into this move. So I'm a bit hesitant to say that possibly it could be a buy, okay, when the markets actually turn around. So keep this on your radar, as this can really turn itself around, as investors are looking for safe haven investments in these type of environments. They're taking their money out of equities and looking to put them in areas where they could feel that they're safer. Okay, so this would be a point where, possibly this could actually bounce in the next real bounce. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.